It's Adedoyin here, and I'm happy to welcome you to the first part of this bite-sized comms course series. And in this particular series, we're going to be looking at strategic communications. I'm going to be talking to you about the principles and elements of strategic communications, because how you can add value as a communications professional is by being strategic. So we're going to look at what the mindset of a strategic communicator looks like or should be like. What is the foundation of your communication strategy? I have a comms strategy course that you can watch and a comms planning video, but I'm just going to talk you through the foundation. What are the basics that you need to know and you need to have? And then we're going to talk about understanding your audience, because a lot of times I've seen that people will say, oh, we're trying to target everybody's our audience. That's absolutely impossible. So we're going to really look at how should you analyze your audience, and in a case where your product or your service appeals to a broad group of people, how should you approach it? And then I'm going to talk to you about leveraging comm strategies and tactics effectively, because what we typically tend to do is our organization wants to do something, we launch into the tactics, we launch into the channels, and we're not thinking strategically about how those tactics will help us and help our organization achieve the goal that they have. So I'm going to talk to you about how to make sure that your comm strategies and your tactics are effective in, at the end of the day, achieving what your organization wants to achieve, because that's where you can begin to articulate value. And then I'm going to talk to you about mapping up to your execution. There are things that we forget to consider until the very end, and then we don't get the buy-in or approvals that we need, and it feels like all the work that we've done has gone down the drain. So I'm going to talk to you about things you should be thinking of while you're doing your comms strategy, while you're doing your comms plan, to ensure that execution is smooth and it's a lot better. I was going to say seamless. It's hardly ever seamless, because sometimes surprises happen, but you can prepare ahead for some of these surprises. And then finally, we're going to be looking at measurement and how you communicate your impact, because that is where it is. If you're not measuring, if you're not communicating impact, they're going to say that comms is a cost center. They're not going to see you as a value driver within the organization. And oh, did I say finally before? No, this is actually the finally. I'm going to talk to you through how to overcome the common challenges that comms teams face, e.g. budget, you don't have approval, whatever it is. We're going to it'll be a quick deep dive into how you should approach and deal with the common challenges that communication professionals change. I hope that you'll find this course very useful for you, and I hope that at the end of it, it helps you to improve the work that you do and deliver increased value for your organization. So let's get right into the first course.